Yo, what is up, guys? My name is Rishav, and today I want to talk to you about 10-day Vipassana meditation retreats, what they are, and why you should go do one. Well, there's centers all around the world called Vipassana Retreats where you can sign up for free and you can go in there and you can spend 10 days in complete silence where you don't talk to anyone. You don't listen to music, you don't write, you don't read, you don't exercise. Basically you don't do shit but sit like this for 10 hours a day for 10 days. You sit like this, observing how things are. So the literal word Vipassana means seeing things as they are. So you basically go sign up for 10 days to see things as they are. Now you might be thinking, what do you mean see things as they are? Like, how else would you see things, right? Well, let me suggest to you that you kind of don't see things as they are, and you see things with a bias. You see things with a distorted perception. You see things that is the most relevant to your survival as a human being. Let me tell you, you don't care about how things are. You care about how things would like to be. Now, if you don't understand that, then you need to understand yourself more. But I'm pretty sure a lot of people understand this. That's why there's so much corruption in the world, because people see things with their bias. They don't see things as they are. So for 10 days, you sign up to see things as they are. Now, do you see the value in that? Do you see what it might do for your own life and what it could do for humanity if people, if especially our leaders, if especially our presidents and our officials were trained to see things as they are? Do you see the value in that? But mainly, do you see the value for yourself? Do you see the value in spending 10 days in complete silence? Do you see the value in knowing thyself? Not some woo-woo spiritual crap. No, I'm talking about some intense work. I'm talking about personal development. I'm talking about raising your awareness. Not as some idea to, oh, I'm gonna lucid dream, but no. I'm talking about raising your awareness to be a human being that is aware, that is conscious, that is alert. Not in a state of stagnancy, not in a state of illusion, but in a state of mindfulness, in a state of awakeness, in a state of consciousness where you as a person, as a human being, could impact other people consciously. You can make the world a better place by raising your awareness. And these 10-day centers that are for free, that you can go sign up right the fuck now. You can go sign up right now, and in a few months you can enter one of these retreats and you can spend your first 10 days doing what 99.9% of human beings don't do. Do you realize that 99.9% of human beings die without realizing who they are? Do you realize that? Do you realize that you will be one of them if you don't change your ways? Do you know who you are? Now, if you think you know who you are, this might not be the video for you. But if you know, if you can intuit that there is more to life than you see, that you experience, then this video is for you. And I want to talk to you about the benefits of practicing meditation every single day. For the last 2 years, I've been practicing. For the last 3 years, I've been practicing meditation every day, at least 1 hour. And for the last year, I've been practicing 2 hours a day. So 2 hours, like clockwork. I set an alarm for 1 hour, and then I sit like this, and I simply just see things as they are. And let me tell you, it has impacted my life in a very beautiful way that I can't quite communicate because it is so profound that things like this cannot be put into words. And my desire to make this video is, if 100 people watch this video, I want if just one person is open-minded enough to even consider that such thing like this could transform their life, just to be open-minded enough to acknowledge it, that such thing exists, and that you might potentially want to do one of these things, well, this video is for you, and my mission is successful. Because I want to tell you that you don't see things as they are. When you experience pain, you don't see pain for what it is. When you experience pleasure, you don't see pleasure for what it is. And the whole teaching of this technique is that things are impermanent. There is many concepts that need to be put together, but the main teaching of Vipassana is everything is impermanent. Anicca, 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 impermanence, impermanence, impermanence. Let me give you an example of itch. So when you have an itch in your body, what is your first instinct? Is you go and itch it, right? And the moment you start itching it, you kind of like it. You like the itchiness, so you kind of itch more, and when you let go of it, you kind of want to go back to it, right? This is very kind of abstract what I'm saying, but what I'm basically trying to say is we don't see things as they're impermanent. When your mind reacts to an itch, it doesn't react to an itch as if it's impermanent. It reacts to it as if it's gonna last forever. So you kind of itch it until it goes away. Has the itch ever bothered you so much that you can't sit still? Has pain bothered you so much that you can't sit still? Well, the whole point of these 10 days is to observe things as they are, to observe things with a balanced mind, to observe things without distortion. So as you can probably imagine, that if you sit in a position without moving for a long amount of time, your body might hurt. Your legs start hurting, definitely. So what do we usually do when our legs hurt? We try to get away from the pain, because that's our instinct. Our instinct is to end what's uncomfortable and prolong what's comfortable. So a good example of what meditation can do for you is, when you experience pain, you're not gonna act like, oh, it's something to be avoided. Rather, you'll acknowledge that it exists. You'll acknowledge that its nature is impermanent and that eventually it's gonna go away, because no pain lasts forever. Do you see the value in observing something as it is? Do you see the value in being able to feel pain without being bothered by it? Well, it kind of puts our whole life into perspective, because when you die, it's going to be painful, right? Do you want to die a pain-free life? Not that you won't get hurt, not that you might die peacefully. What I mean is, do you want to die resisting what you're feeling? So let's say you have cancer when you're about to die. Do you want to be resisting the cancer, or do you want to see as it is? Well, if you see life right now, then you realize that most people, when they are about to die, they resist. They don't accept. They have many regrets. People die unhappy. People die wishing that things were different. But people who've been practicing meditation, specifically mindfulness meditation, people who have been practicing mindfulness meditation every day for many years of their life, die peacefully, die with happiness, die without regrets, because they know the nature of life. They know that things are impermanent, and they know that things aren't as they seem. They know that their mind is highly deceptive, and they know that they need to train their mind in order to die peacefully. Thus, if you ever want to get a clear picture of what I'm talking about, there's a book called The Art of Dying. I don't know who wrote it. Maybe you can message me if you want to order this book, but the book is called The Art of Dying, and it's about people who've been practicing meditation for their whole life and how they feel the moment they die. And it's a very inspiring book, because if you kind of do some research, then you immediately realize that people die a miserable death. And honestly, if if you're gonna die unhappy, then that's a pretty clear picture of what your life is. So what I mean is, if you're gonna die unhappily, then it's pretty clear that you lived your life unhappily, right? And if you lived your life happily, then there is no reason for you to die unhappy, because, well, at the core of it is happiness is not what we think it is. What we think of happiness is sensual pleasure. If you feel, what we think of happiness is taking that bite of that food and your taste buds get hit with salt, and fat and sugar, and you kind of soak in the pleasantness of temporary sensations. That's not pleasure. That's illusion. That's your perception seeing things as you would like it to be. Because if you're totally mindful, then you would take a bite, but you wouldn't be attached to it. What is the core reason for food addictions? Because I deal with food addiction. I've dealt with food addiction probably 99% of the days in my life. I probably dealt with food addiction. And I can speak from experience that a food addiction is my inability to see food for what it actually is. When I'm eating, I'm not mindful. I'm totally indulged in the sensual pleasure, which makes me want to keep more and more. And I go so unconscious that by the end of my meal, I'm feeling like packed. I'm feeling bloated. I'm feeling like shit. I kind of regret it. I don't even feel good. Food is supposed to make you feel good. I eat healthy, man, but I still struggle with food addiction, because even if it's healthy, it's an inside issue. It's not about what's in your plate. It's about why you have the plate. I'm gonna start walking home. But do you see the value in what I'm saying? I've been going rambling on, and this stuff probably doesn't make that much sense to anyone. But I want to suggest that there is there's a lot to be gained by practicing meditation, and that's like my main message, is that you should sign up for one of these 10 days. Because well, you might want to you might want to sign up for one of these 10 days, because I can guarantee you that your life will change. And I've been very lucky to have had some of my friends go to this retreat with me. I've been there 4 times. My friends have been there a couple of times, and all their lives have transformed. So I don't want shit, honestly, bro. I just want to tell you that it's available, that it's out there, and that you could do it. So, Dhamma.org, DHAMMA.org. You can sign up for free. 10 days, mindfulness meditation, no money. Food is available, accommodation is available. People will take care of you. Although right now, because of the coronavirus, they have some conflict by conducting the courses because the state won't allow them. But eventually, when this stuff gets figured out, it's all around the world. So there's multiple. There's like 4 in California, many in other states. And yeah, man, that's my message. My message is that I love you, and I wish the best for you. And if you want to see more of my postings, I urge you to tell me, because I really appreciate the encouragement. I want to give a shout out to my boy Suja for recommending or for influencing me to make this video. You'll have to cut it off, guys, but I I want to convey that there is more to life than we think there is. There is more to experience than what we think there is to experience. There's more to figure out than we have already figured out. And as I like to say, you can't learn anything until you learn how to chill. Until you can learn to balance your energy, whatever that means to you. Until you can have balance in your life. Until you can get your food addictions handled and your social media addictions handled and your relationships handled. Until you can put the puzzle pieces in the right way, you'll have a difficult time getting the juice out of life. You'll have a difficult time experiencing life and all of its profound experiences. Hold on, I gotta cross the street. I'm crossing the street. So, wanted to convey. I'm losing it, man. I'm losing it. I'm really losing it. But it's fine, because I can edit this video. Sign up. That's my advice to you. Is if you want to tap into the greater pleasure in life than sensual pleasure, if you want to tap into something better than weed and alcohol and food and drugs and petty shit, if you want to have experiences that beat an orgasm by its tenfold, if you want to have orgasmic bliss happening to you every single second of the day, then you need to master your consciousness. You need to master who you are. You need to master your own energy. You need to master your own life. And let me tell you, man, this process is beautiful. This process of discovering who you are and fighting through your bullshit, fighting through all of your shadow elements, this journey of purifying yourself spiritually and physically and mentally and becoming conducive to do your craft and do your work and give your gift to the world. This process is beautiful, and your first step needs to begin now, because now is the time, man. By the way things are right now, because of the virus, you can see the fear. You can probably feel the fear. Social media, there's fear. Probably in your family, there's fear. Everywhere, there's fear. Fear. Everyone's scared. Everyone's scared shitless for their life. People are fucking dying. And what we need is leaders. We need leaders to put things into perspective. We need leaders to speak the message that needs to be spoken. We need leaders to enlighten us into the nature of reality. We need leaders to love us. We need love. Because love is what conquers fear. Think of it like this. There's darkness and there's light. If you really think about it, darkness has never met light. Because by definition, the absence of darkness is light. Or vice versa. The presence of light is the absence of darkness. So there's never a moment where those two meet. Right? And that's what fear and love is. The more you cultivate love, the more fear just doesn't exist. Because Fear is just an illusion, and love is all there is. So, I've been speaking for 20 minutes, and I've rambled probably a lot, but it's okay, because this is my first video, and if you're still watching, I love you. And if you have any questions about anything, message me. I would love to share my perspective with you. I would love to make more videos. This is very enjoyable, so I'm gonna start making videos from today. This is my first video. Tomorrow I'll be making another video, and the day after that I'm gonna be making another video. And like Gary Vee said, volume is what matters. I love myself. Peace.